bro? How's it been going? Yeah. Been a long time, right? Yeah, not bad. Yeah, things are doing what they're doing, you know? Well, evidently not, man. Like, this is just, like, I can tell something's up, so, like I'm your mate, like, just talk to me, just, you know, be honest. Well, yeah, fair, alright, to be honest. I just feel trapped. I feel like, you know, the trajectory of my life for so long has just been set in stone, like weight, fatigued, on medication, like, you know, unemployed, struggling to cope, really, honestly. And it's like, every time I try and sort of rattle the magic 8 ball, so get a new future going and to head in a path that I want to be on, like, it just seems to draw back to this kind of neutral chaos of frustrating boredom. That's where I'm at. Yeah, fair. Like, well, you know, what can I say? Sounds like you've been running on hope rather than action in some regards. Like, you know, the way this ball keeps getting rolling, you shake the magic 8 ball and trying to bring about a new destiny, and it's like, ultimately, even that metaphor of the magic 8 ball trying to just rattle the cage, it's ignoring that practical things need to be done, you know. You gotta look at it this way, you know. And it's like, you reference not having a job, you're disabled, you have schizophrenia, you probably never have a job, that's okay. And like, the trajectory of your life as you described it, set in stone, is like, is that actually real? You know, in some regards, isn't that like, you know, how do I put it? You know, the script, the narrative you're telling yourself, the way you're even talking about it. I know it can be hard to kind of break yourself out of that once you're in that way of thinking, but ultimately, like, you're not able to see the wood for the trees. You know what I mean? It's like, part of you is not able to see how much people would envy not having to work and having a place there, having a nice life, having security exponentially. Like, and that's just one of a whole host of things that I can think of where it's like, you know, reframing that initially would be really useful. But honestly, I'm not going to deny. I see how you're thinking. I see what you feel. Like, I recognise it must be frustrating. It must be demoralising. It must be hard to think of yourself with enough self-esteem sometimes when, and here's the kicker, you're in an environment, a world designed to invalidate you if you are invalid or an invalid. That's what we call it. That, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the people around you and the people you've known and society at large wants productivity, wants efficiency, wants wealth, it wants the generation of assets and time and resources, and the whole of your society is capitalist. Like, and I'm not going to go into a rant about capitalism, it's just like, give yourself a break. You don't need to let in that perspective from the outside world. You can just be. And that was the first thing I was going to say when, you know, is like, take some time to self-reflect, take some time to think about stuff. Like, you know, instead of living in this constant sense of guilt and frustration about what it is that you think you should be, and even this trajectory you're saying you're being dragged down, it's almost like you're afraid of your own destiny. And it's like, map that out, like actually write that down. What is it that you're afraid of happening? And what is it that you might actually be able to do that would ameliorate that? Like, rather than just being in a position of feeling helpless, like you need to empower yourself. And oddly, you know, again, the fallacy of the modern world is to take action, take action, take action, take action. It's like thoughtless action is just as useless as actionless thought. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, take some time over it. Do some journaling. I can give you, I've done a ton of journaling. I can tell you what helped me and how I focus and how I get through these kind of feelings. Because I think ultimately everyone feels this way because our society is designed to celebratize and to fancifully, if you're not famous, rich, super successful, you'll never be complete. And then the people that are rich and famous and successful and so supposedly complete say that wasn't the answer. That wasn't the answer. And it's almost like, you know, look at the blessings you've got. You probably won't be able to work. You probably won't have to work. It's another way of looking at it. That is a magnificent thought. You know, you have a lot of creative talents as well. It's just like writing might be one to sort of think about. But yeah, like, I don't know. I could go on and on and on and on and on. But it's just like, ultimately, if what you're doing isn't working and you end up back in the same place, you need to start in that place. Figure out, A, what is it you have a problem with? B, are those your ideals? Are those your problems? Or are they someone else's? And C, just take a breath. You know, you've got so many things you could pursue. Like, I notice your instruments behind you. Like, just take a breath. Just look at yourself. Like I look at you, you know, like a friend. Just take that minute just to think and feel into, is this really a problem? Okay. Sorry. Wow. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Like, yeah. It's good to talk. But I'll try. I'm gonna do my best. Thank you for talking.